We all love to watch a good movie, and I think it is fair of me to surmise that, if you are on this channel, just like me, you love cycling as well. But the question is, are there any movies about cycling that are worth watching? I believe the answer is an emphatic yes, and I will give you as proof my list of 10 favorites. I cannot say, however, that I have one absolute favorite. It is really going to depend on my mood more than anything else. Do I feel like watching a documentary or a fictional story? Vintage or modern racing? So instead of using magnitude of favoritism to organize my presentation, I am going to use the dates as which each of those movies were published, starting with the oldest one. So grab your popcorn and let the show begin. We shall start with an old-time classic, Bicycle Thieves. Bicycle Thieves takes place in post-World War II Italy and is a story about the relationship between a struggling father and his son in time of poverty and misery. A must-see, particularly if you are an Italian film buff. A Sunday in Hell is a great 1977 documentary about the famous and gruesome French spring classic, Paris-Roubaix. It covers all the phases and aspects of the race, from the preparations and rituals to the spectators and even the dirty riders' after-race showers. The camera angles and point of view are superb, and you will get to experience the race from helicopters, motorcycles, as well as fixed cameras strategically placed along the way. Just a word of caution, be ready to suffer along with the pros. This is a film like no others. It is a French animated film with very unique artwork. 3 Tour de France riders are kidnapped and the story just gets weirder and weirder from there. Yet, the great artwork, the strangeness of it all, the superbly told story and good humor make it work surprisingly well. Chasing Legend is an amazing documentary about the 2009 Tour de France as seen through the eyes of Team Columbia HTC. In particular, it also features Mark Cavendish. It will get you up close and personal with the peloton and show you the incredible teamwork that is required to win the Tour de France. If you like bike racing, you have to watch this film. Bicycle is another documentary which explores why is cycling and the bicycle back in fashion. It does so by going through the entire history of cycling, from its birth to its decline and then its rebirth. This documentary on the rise and fall of one of cycling's most talented climber ever fascinated me, and I highly recommend it. It shows the incredible raw talent of the pirate, which enabled him to win both the Giro and the Tour in 1998, and then the tragedy of his death from cocaine overdose only 6 years later, a gripping story that stays with you long after the film has ended. all know what happened with Lance Armstrong, but it is not until you watch this documentary that one can understand the true extent to which he fine-tuned and elevated the dark science of performance-enhancing drug. This documentary does a great job of showing how, for Lance Armstrong, the end justified the means, whatever that entailed. In 1928, an under-resourced and inexperienced team from New Zealand and Australia competed in what is considered to be the toughest sporting event in the world, the Tour de France. Everyone laughed at these courageous underdogs racing as a team of 4 against teams of 10. For most, they were nothing more than a joke. One French journalist even called their attempt murder. The cyclists at the front of the peloton are the winners and the ones at the back are simply the losers. Or are they really? This documentary does a wonderful job of revealing the untold world of the wonderful losers. They are called water carriers, domestiques, gregarios, and the Sancho Penzas of professional cycling. They sacrifice their careers to help their teammates win. A great documentary on the not-so-glamorous world of pro cyclists. This is a Netflix-produced series. The Least Expected Day focuses on the movie star team's 2019 Grand Tour campaigns. It has its moments, but it also can be frustrating to watch at times. 16 episodes is just too long. You have to applaud Netflix, however, for daring to do a documentary series on pro cycling. It is worth watching, just fast forward the slow parts. I hope you enjoy the show, and I will see you in my next video.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaved.